everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of Brunswald. In today's episode, we're going to be working on a retail center, I guess you could say. So this is going to include an IKEA, as you can see here, that I just put down, and a Bauhaus as well, and like a McDonald's, a gas station, and a Lidl. And I will eventually add even more stores to this area, because we're actually not gonna finish this whole area in today's episode. Yeah, so this area here is right next to the like highway leading into Brunswald. And I don't know if you saw it in the beginning, but you'll probably see it more in this episode. But I did build I did detail the big roundabout there, which is where the highway ends, and then sort of more like city roads begin. But yeah, I did detail that whole roundabout off camera, and the reason I did that, and I know a lot of people like seeing like road layouts and stuff like that, but yeah, I sort of connected those other roads and made them just look more realistic as well. You'll see in the cinematics if you don't know really what I'm talking about. But yeah, I did go ahead and detail that whole roundabout. I added some paths going underneath, and the reason I didn't record was just because it would have taken up so much time of this episode. Because it took me ages to detail that roundabout. I probably worked on that roundabout, detailing it for like, I don't know, 7 hours or something. It just took so much time trying to figure out the right way to place these sidewalks and stuff. So yeah, it was just a pain to detail that whole roundabout, and it would have just taken up so much of this episode if I would have included it. So I decided not to, and I think it's fine. I think it's fine if you just see the before and after. I think that's pretty nice as well. But yeah, I think it turned out nice. Anyways, you'll see that more later on in the cinematics. But yeah, so I'm putting down this big IKEA over here. I think this IKEA is the one from Mannheim or something like that. And then I'm also putting down this Bauhaus here as well, which is a I don't know, like, what do you call it? They just have like a bunch of, like home-related, house-related stuff, and they have like plants and all sort of stuff you could imagine. So yeah, that's what that store is, and they are pretty common here in Sweden, the Bauhaus stores. And obviously IKEA as well. But yeah, so I actually got inspired to do IKEA, an IKEA store here in Brunswald. I've actually been to like IKEA 2 times the last week, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, so I got inspired to do an IKEA for that reason. So ended up putting this awesome asset down in Brunswald, and I think it turned out really nice. I wanted to make like this sort of area in this spot for quite a long time. I always knew that I wanted to have some sort of like big retail center or whatever in this area, because it's like it's when you like enter the city, and this is also where I will have like more industrial areas around here, distribution centers and stuff like that. So that's the plan for this area. But yeah, I wanted to do this for this episode, and yeah, so for the parking lots here, you've seen me just using like the parking lot decals and stuff like that. So I'm actually not using the parking lot roads. I think, I don't know, they just take up too much space sometimes, and they're not like, I mean, they're sort of flexible, but I find it sort of hard to use them sometimes, because I can't really make the parking lots exactly how I want with those. And yeah, I just wanted to make it like this so I can have much, like, I don't know, those parking lot roads just take up way too much space sometimes. So I think this turned out nice. Does, take a little bit more on the props, on the prop limit and stuff like that, but I think it's fine. But yeah, so putting down some planters here, just sort of separating this area. And like, there are a lot of like citizens or whatever just walking in really weird places around here. And I'm using these sidewalks, which is currently a private asset that I have there by Arnold J. Rimmer. and they're not public, so yeah, but they're really nice, but unfortunately people don't use them, which is really unfortunate, because these were the ones that I used like underneath the roundabout and stuff like that, and I actually thought the civilians would like walk under the roundabout and stuff like that, but they actually don't. They just walk all over the roundabout, which doesn't make any sense, because it's just, you know, you wouldn't have people walking on such a big roundabout. So yeah, it sucks that they aren't really functional, but they do look really nice, and yeah, and in case you're wondering when they will be released, I have no idea. So yeah, but I'm putting down like some Bauhaus billboards on the side here, because this is sort of facing towards the highway leading into Brunswald, so I wanted to do some advertising, and I could not find a big sign for IKEA that I wanted to put like next to the highway, because you know, those signs are like always at IKEAs. I mean, there are like the text and stuff on the building, but I wanted to have like a massive sign that just sticks up that you can see from miles away. But I couldn't, unfortunately, not find anything like that, which is not that great. But yeah, hopefully that will be made in the future by someone. That would be great. But yeah, this will work for now. So I'm making this little small entrance here. This is sort of things you see, at least here where I live. You have like these small entrances just dedicated to big shopping areas like this, just exiting off from the highway. And I wanted to do that here because otherwise people will have to like drive all the way into the roundabout and then go back again. And I just thought it made a lot of sense to have an exit like this. So I think this turned out nice, and I did some road lane detailing, which turned out nice. And I'm using a lot of those line networks by Ronix, which are just really convenient to use. They're so nice for just detailing highways and stuff, and you don't have to, you know, take anything on the prop limits because they're just networks. So that's super nice, and I use those for the highways. And now I'm making this little cool thing here, which I actually got super happy with. And this is like a garden center on this Bauhaus asset, because it said like garden center or whatever in German on the front there, and there was this little area which looked like some sort of garden area in the back here. So I decided to put a bunch of plants and stuff here, because I've seen this in the real ones as well, in real life, that they have. Most of them I think have plants and stuff, and probably some trees maybe, I don't know. Then I put like some more palms and more exotic plants underneath this little roof here, which I thought made sense. I don't know, it looked nice. I really like actually how this turned out. It was a really nice detail, I think, to have like a small garden area like this. And I should probably like place some chairs and tables and stuff, because they usually have that in these outside areas as well. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with this like backlot with like forklifts and trucks and all that sort of stuff. So actually turned out really nice, and I'm using a lot of, or I will be using a lot of those new, what are they called? Pallets by Beard Monkey, and they're really nice as well. But yeah, using a lot of concrete here, and I'm using these trailer assets by Konku, I think. He does make some absolutely incredible truck assets and European assets. I think he's from Finland, so it's sort of the same like trailers and stuff like that I see here in Sweden. So that's really nice to have that, and makes it more realistic for me at least. So yeah, definitely great job he makes on those assets. But yeah, so I've been talking for like 10 minutes now, and I want to leave you with some music as usual. So yeah, enjoy some music for a few minutes, and then I'll be back. I'm currently working on this McDonald's over here, just detailing it, because I wanted to have just a McDonald's here, because I think it would make sense. But yeah, so I think this turned out really nice, and I don't know if you saw it, but I did create like a whole new interchange that is behind the Bauhaus as well. I don't know if you've seen that, like if you've seen that from the footage or whatever, but the thing is, I didn't include it when I built it in the time-lapse. So yeah, in case you wonder how that came there, I built it off camera because pretty much the same reason as the roundabout. It just took so much time to just create that, because I really want to have those interchanges look perfect, and it turned out really nice in the end, I think, but it would have just taken up way too much time for this time-lapse. I actually wanted to do even more stuff and put down more stores and stuff, but I simply didn't have more time for the time-lapse, because I want to keep these videos around like 20 minutes or something. So yeah, that's why I did not include the roundabouts or the interchange. But as I said, for the roundabout, you will see that in the before and after, so hopefully that works. Alright, so I'm putting down this final store here, which is the Lidl store. This is like a German supermarket, and we have this here in Sweden as well. So wanted to put this down because I think it's a super nice asset, and just creating like custom parking here again, because I don't know, it's just much easier than using the parking lot roads, I think, for areas like this, because it is just so custom. Like, you have to have just a bunch of space for the parking lot roads, and this is not an American city, so yeah. But there's a lot of parking, even for a European city here as well, but maybe there should have been like even more parking at the IKEA. I've seen the IKEAs do have a bunch of parking, but yeah, maybe I could have put down a little bit more parking, but that's fine. But I'll actually connect this area in the future as well with like buses and stuff like that. The reason I haven't done public transport is just because I want to like get more of the city's layout done, so I can just put down like proper bus lines that actually make sense. So I'm sort of holding off on putting down public transport at this moment, but we'll definitely have buses running out here, so people don't have to take their cars to get here. Alright, so doing some final detailing here, but this episode is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and also make sure to leave a like. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well to get updates and screenshots and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's gonna do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day, and bye bye.